So in today's Warthunder video, we have something pretty special for you, and that is that we finally have a whole user mission where you guys will actually be able to use this one, where you can actually test out a bunch of tanks and their weaknesses, learn weak spots, and all kind of wonderful stuff to just learn about War Thunder. So the way that I have this user mission set up is that it's basically designed to be like a template. So it's not going to have everything that you would ever want in it, but the whole purpose of this is that for someone else to maybe take it up one day and just make it better. And I feel like that's the best way to do this because with War Thunder, it's always an updating game. So if I put every single vehicle on this map, the next update would just completely make it irrelevant, right? So the way I have this is that I have a bunch of good setting stone vehicles. Like I have a bunch of the top tier vehicles over here. I have a bunch of the mid tiers and then lower tier vehicles. And then over here at the range like testing area, I have a lot of vehicles as well. The left side is majority of them will be just regular tanks, like from World War II to like Cold War era. And then the right side will be from Cold War to pretty much like modern day. Like we even have way down there, like some insane shooting that you can do within these tests. So that is the part of this like map that is going to be like what you guys will be able to see. The tanks, they do look at you, so you can make their turret turn in particular ways, which I think is a pretty cool thing. But another thing to note is that if you kill them, so like let's say this little BT5 right here, you kill the BT5, it respawns automatically, which means that you can keep shooting it over and over and over. So unlike the regular War Thunder Test Drive, you don't really have to wait that long to actually be able to shoot them again. So I think that's a really, really huge thing for a lot of people, because maybe you just want to shoot the target over and over. Like let's just say you want to test out the Chieftain Mark 10's cheeks right there. You want to keep shooting it over and over and over, and even though if it does die, you just want to keep shooting it. So really good for that. But there's also a really cool thing that I've introduced within this, which I think a lot of you will probably like, is that you'll actually be able to spawn in helicopters, and you'll also be able to spawn in planes to test out your pretty much just abilities with them. So for example, you can spawn the H1Z. You'll be able to pick some spawns. I do believe I have a couple of them which are a little bit different, but you can go as far back as you really want to. You can turn around, you can just shoot at all the different targets and kind of just learn how to use your cast planes. I think that's also an incredibly important thing, and for a lot of people it's something that they definitely want to see. So like for example, we want to kill this T-34 down there. We shoot off the Hellfire, it goes down, and it should be able to hit him in just a second. As you can see right there, there it goes in, and then boom, he's dead. But he's also respawned again, so we can just fire another Hellfire off and we'll be able to attack the exact same target. Now I did think about adding air targets within this to just try them out and everything, but the thing about it is I'm just not that advanced whenever it comes to Warthunder CDK to understand like how they like respawn and then do the whole flying around and all that sort of stuff. So I left them out of this go around, but overall I think this is a really positive way to just learn about War Thunder. So yeah, you can just J out, you can leave your aircraft, you can do basically whatever you want to do. You can bring a whole lineup of vehicles in this and you can try it out. The only downsides, and it's a downside that sadly I can't control, is that you must own the vehicle that you want to test. So you can't just have like this M60 right here or the M62000 and test it if you don't own it yet. So you have to own the vehicles, which I know is a kind of a sad thing, but overall it's better than nothing. And hopefully one day Gaijin can actually introduce a whole system of just like new and improved firing ranges, because I think it's incredibly important for a lot of people to just learn how to just attack things within War Thunder, and this is a great way to do it because you can have pretty much every vehicle that you'll face a lot of and you'll be able to just attack them. So yeah, this is what you can do in this user mission. It is going to be on the War Thunder Live, and it's also going to be in the Dog for Life Discord, so make sure to check that out. If you do have any questions or you have any problems with this user mission or anything like that, make sure to contact me on the Discord. It's probably the best way to actually just get in touch with me whenever it comes to something like this. Yeah, I think it's a really cool thing. And the cool thing about it is since it's a template, is that you're going to be able to edit this if you have the knowledge and willpower to just learn the Warthunder CDK, which now we'll get onto in this video, to where I can show you actually how to do all the CDK stuff. So yeah, if you're at this part of the video, just make sure to go download it from Warthunder Live, give it a shot. You'll be able to see basically everything that I have currently right now. You'll see all the tanks that are lined up at different ranges, and then if you really want to, you can try all the way down there to kill some of these guys which are like 2 kilometers away. So honestly, A pretty cool little thing we have here. But yeah, let's get on to the portion of the video where we go over the Warthunder CDK. All right, so this is a little bit after I've made the video on the user mission. So I've uploaded it because I'm not sure exactly how like Friday's going to go because of the severe weather that's going to be coming soon. So I don't know if I have power or not. So I want to get this done quickly. So I uploaded it, but I've noticed something with it is that it does not have, for example, if you go to other people's missions, like I don't use War Thunder Live at all. Like if you go to other people's missions, it has a little multiplayer thing, which means that you can copy a link. I'm not exactly sure why it's not doing that, but here's the way to get past that if you're watching this video and you want to just play the mission as is. You don't want to edit it. All you gotta do is if you're on PC, you hit download, it'll download it into your file over here, so it'll be Dog for Life. But all you have to do is you just have to go to a Discord channel. It really doesn't matter which one that you use. Like you can have a private one or whatever, but just upload the file. So go find wherever you downloaded that file from, upload it, and then all you got to do is copy it, copy the link right here, then Control V, delete the S on HTTP, and then you copy it once again. And then after you do all of that, then let's move it over to the actual recording one so we can actually have War Thunder up. All you have to do is then go to your custom games, create custom session, add mission, name it something like Firing Range, and then put in the URL. So that should make it very easy. And then you just download it, and then you put in your password, copy all these settings, and then you can play whatever you want to. All you gotta do is hit ready. Make sure though, before you do that, make sure that you're on the star team if you want to actually attack the ground targets, because if you're not on the star team, then you won't be able to attack them. But once you do that, you should just be able to start your game. I will have this if you're a console player. I know the console players do want to use this, and I think you still can. It's just that it's going to be very hard because you're just going to have to copy the link down to where you can actually use it, to then where you can actually spawn into a map like this. But this is what it's going to look like. You can spawn into aircraft, you can spawn into tanks, you can do all that sort of stuff, and hopefully this gets you guys into a position where you can actually do that. If you have any questions, just make sure to message me on Discord or something like that, and I'll make sure to help you. You can PM me. It doesn't really matter. Like I will try to answer as many questions as I can whenever it comes to using this mission. But yeah, if you did everything successfully, you should be able to spawn in and you'll see a bunch of tanks on the ground, which means that you can go bomb them out. You can go strafe them with helicopter rockets. You can shoot them with your tanks, which overall is going to be a really cool thing. But yeah, I'll put a link in the Discord. That is exactly the link. I'm not sure how long it will work though. So if you ever are in the Discord and you push that link and it just doesn't work, make sure to tell me because I can just make another one and then redo it. So hopefully that answers all of your guys' questions whenever it comes to actually doing it. And let's get on to the next portion of the video, which is actually how to edit the Warthunder CDK portion of it. So if you want to download the Warthunder CDK, all you have to do is follow the link in the description to go to this website right here, where you'll go through to the Warthunder wiki, and you'll be able to download the Warthunder CDK. This also has a bunch of resources that you can use to learn how to use the CDK. But all you gotta do is you just press this right here, you go to download, and then whatever version is the newest version is most likely the one that you want to click on. So you click on this one for July 26, 2024. It'll download, and then once it downloads, we'll go show you how to install it. So once you download the Warthunder CDK, you'll get a file like this one where all you gotta do is you just open it up. It should be around like a gigabyte big, and also just go figure out where you downloaded it, and you should be able to find it there. But once you open it up, it'll do a little prompt to do this. You do hit OK a bunch of times. I think this screen themselves kind of glitched out, but all you gotta do is this. Then you hit OK, and then what you do is you go find where your War Thunder is. For me, for example, it's in my War Thunder clips folder just because that's where I have mine. So all you gotta do is that. You can create desktop shortcuts if you really want to, but for me at least, I don't like them. And then all you gotta do is hit install. Once you do this, it should have the War Thunder CDK downloaded into War Thunder itself, and you should be able to open it with no issue. All right, so how to open up the mission editor is what you need to do is you need to go find where your War Thunder is, where you installed the War Thunder CDK. You'll now have a folder which is called War Thunder CDK in that file. You'll click on it and you'll be opened up to some programs that you can actually open. So you can open up Asset Viewer. I believe the Dagor engine thing works as well. The one we're looking for though is this one right here called Mission Editor. All you have to do is you double click it, it'll do this or whatever it does, and then it'll open up to this. Sometimes very slow, sometimes very fast, sometimes it'll crash, sometimes it'll just do random stuff. So you just have to wait and kind of see what it do. But once we do have this open right here, I will show you what to do in it. As you can see, it feels like it wants to crash, but just let it do its thing. Sometimes it'll just randomly start working again. Give it a minute. And there we go. It came out of its crash state and it actually starts to load up. I'm telling you right now, the Warthunder CDK is probably one of the most annoying pieces of software I have worked with in a very long time. So now since we're at this part of where we need to actually pick the map that we're wanting to play on, what you need to do is if you don't have your recently like picked maps up here, you click these three little dots, it'll throw you into your file thing again. But all you need to do is even if you're in like this worse of a state where it just throws you into your like your downloads folder, just go find wherever you installed War Thunder again, go into where you installed War Thunder, and what you need to look for is you need to look for a file called levels. You click on this, and then you'll be able to see every single level in War Thunder and what they do. So here's the like basic rundown. Air is air maps, arcade is arcade maps, AVG is ground maps, AVN is naval maps, and then these down here are most likely just maps on their own, or they're just like huge areas of space. But for this one, what we need to do is we need to find one called Hangar Field, which is the one that we actually use this user mission on. But yeah, if you want to change the map or you want to just make your own different kind of maps, you can do that whenever you do that in War Thunder. But now let's get over to the portion of the map, which is the portion that you play on. So whenever you're on these maps, you'll see that there's like random like geometry just throughout the thing. Like you'll see all this sort of stuff. This is like the playable area of the most of the maps. So this is where you need to be at. And if you know this location from the beginning of the video, this is where we are at whenever it comes to making this thing. All right, so now what we need to do is that if you want to edit the mission that we currently have, you just need to download it from War Thunder Live. You'll be able to download the mission in general, and most of the time it will get thrown into your downloads folder, which means all you got to do is you come up here at the very top right here, you click on load, this little icon right here, you go to your downloads, and then you'll have your missions right here. For me, like this is before it's uploaded to War Thunder Live. I just named it as yes. I'm one of those people who just like put random stuff in to just like make it quick as possible, and I just understand it. But once you do that, you will be introduced into all of the logic, which actually controls this user mission. And the thing about it is, it can be quite confusing because there's just like blobs there, and it's kind of hard to just tell what you're doing. So what I do is I always come up here. It's at the left side of your screen right here. You click on this thing right here, and it does everything if it doesn't crash. Please don't crash. Please don't crash. You just pulled up the console. Where are you going to crash? Oh, come on. Okay, there we go. It did crash. We're saved. But what that does is it actually renders in all of the actual models themselves so you can see what everything does. Now, I'm going to start off this with something that you just do not touch. I put this area over here, which is all of the spawn logic whenever it comes to your multiplayer settings. So if you want to have your friends in here or you want it to just be usable in a custom user mission setting, do not mess with any of these. I even put this thing up here which says do not touch these, missions will break. Do not touch them. You could maybe move them if you really need to, but do not delete them and do not do anything to them or you risk just completely breaking this mission to where it no longer works. So definitely do not touch them. So what we need to look at now is we have the spawns. So we have the two tank spawns right here. We have team 1, then we have team 2, and then for our aircraft up here in our helicopters, we have different source spawns that you can mess with and that you can tinker with. Personally, I just made them work, and that's all I'm going to do to them. We have some that are kind of far away. You have some which are kind of like more in the air, which is the air spawns, and then you can use them to come in and strafe all the stuff. But the thing I think a lot of you want to know is like, how do you change the vehicle to whatever you want it to be? And this is the very, very simple thing of how to change these vehicles. And also, if you want to know how I'm moving around, I'm just using the WASD key. And then space is how you actually move the camera around. So press space and you'll be able to move it around. That's something I probably should have put at the beginning, but we're not talking about it here. So if you do want to go faster, press shift. If you want to go up and down, you press Q and E, and then Z starts to go down. So that's the easiest way to remember how to do the like maneuvering in this little thing. But yes, it can be quite a bit of annoying. But let's just say right here that we want one of these. We want the E100 to be, I don't know, say a Leopard. What you do is you highlight it right here. So we have tank model 29. Then you press P on your keyboard. It will open up this area right here. And what you need to do is you need to go change the class of the vehicle itself. So let's just say that you want a Leopard, which is going to be a little bit easier to find for Germany's because they have some wonderful tank names. As you can see right here, it goes by what the actual tank is named. So it can be incredibly like hard to figure out some stuff sometimes. But let's say here we got a Leopard 1A5. It changed the model, and then all you need to do is you need to save it, and then you go actually introduce this mission into Discord, or you can upload it to Warthunder Live. I'll show you both ways of how to actually get this mission to work once you do edit it. But another question is like, how do you add more vehicles? Let's just say you have a mega computer and you just want more vehicles. You want, I don't know, you want something that you can shoot at more, like in this area right in here. All you have to do, and this is probably the easiest way to do it, is to do a copy paste of a vehicle. So just press shift, and then what you need to do, or hang on, let me preface this. Highlight it, then press shift while you have this one right here where you're able to move the tank around. So it's the second one beside the mouse cursor. You press shift, and then you left click onto it, and then you could probably get a bunch of stuff. Fatal errors. What even is this? ZTZ99A. Huh? I don't even know. But all you gotta do is you press OK. It will basically just spawn in another tank. You click on it, and then you don't double click or anything. You just click on it, and then it should have spawned one in, and you can move it to wherever you want to. Mind you, the moving system in the Warthunder CDK is awful. Just bear warned with that. You can like disable all the like magnet things up here, and it can like make it sometimes better. But if you're moving like a large amount of stuff, it just flickers everywhere. Mind you, I'm running like a very powerful system, and this thing still is literal garbage. But that's how you introduce this. The only problem with it now is that this vehicle no longer has tank model 27 right here. Or no, hang on. Tank model, that should have been 27. Yeah, there we go. Tank model 39 right here is the one that no longer has the ability to respawn once you shoot it. All you have to do is you just go back here, and you'll see this little like crown thing. All right, so all you have to do whenever it comes to actually the respawn logic is that you go to this little thing right here, you click on it, and you'll see all the tanks that you currently have under. The yellow ones are the ones which are currently on this respawn logic. That one right there, though, which is the one that we know of that is tank model 39, all you got to do is you go down to the bottom right here. Once you click on it, you'll hit squad members, and then you'll hit this, and then you just scroll down all the way until you find 39, and then you hit OK. You click off of it, and then click on it again, and you'll see this one right there, which was once red, is now added to the spawn logic. So at least for me, whenever I'm looking to test out my new user mission that I created, what I do is I have a Discord which is completely just designed to throw just dumb stuff into. And what I do is that I upload a file, and I go to where it had yes on. So it would be my downloads. I find my yes file, which is the user mission that I currently created. And what I do is I take the folder, or I take the file itself. It should be a BLK file, and then I upload it to Discord. Now you might say, why am I doing this? Because whenever you upload it to Discord, you can actually get a link, which means that you can copy the link, and then all you need to do is you just need to press this and Control V, and then copy paste it in there, and then remove the S from HTTP. That's all you have to do, and then that should work. So then copy it, and then I'll show you what to do once we get to War Thunder. So now once you're in Warthunder, if you want to test out your new user mission that you either edited or that you created, all you have to do is you just go to your custom battles up here, and then you create session, and then it should be on this where it shows all the missions that you can currently play. All you gotta do is do missions by URL. I do believe this also works on console. It's just that it's going to be a little bit harder to do if you don't have the link and you can just copy paste it. So you do this, all you gotta do is hit add mission, name your mission something like, let's just say test mission or range test. I don't know. There we go. Well, that's all I can put in there. That's good enough. So name it whatever you want to, and then do Control V, which will then put the Discord link into there. Then you scroll down and you find this, and it will load it up. And then all you have to do is just put in a password or put whatever you want to, so people can join you. And then once you have that, just copy most of these settings, and it should just work. You hit apply, and then you will be able to. Why does that not spawn in? Hang on. Why did that not work? Oh, it's because I have it 11.3. Go make sure you put it up to 13.3. That was my mistake. But then all you need to do is, if you want to actually attack the targets, you just press change teams, make sure that you're on the star team, and then hit ready, and then start, and then there you go. It's that easy to get this mission started whenever it comes to your custom things. It may take it a minute to just like load and everything, but that's all you really have to worry about whenever it comes to doing this. But yeah, overall, it's pretty easy. I wouldn't really say that it's a hard thing to do. It's just very time consuming. And especially if you don't have someone showing you like exactly what to do, it can be quite a little bit annoying to do. But overall, I mean, if you're looking to have your own custom firing range, it's the stuff that you want to do. But you don't have to do this. It could be just something that you want to try out. So yeah, that's basically it whenever it comes to actually doing the Warthunder CDK, at least for this mission. There's a ton of other things like spawning nukes. You can spawn different aircraft, you can spawn naval stuff that we're not going to be covering in this video, but overall it's a great stepping stone to just learn how the Warthunder CDK works. And hopefully in the future, more people actually make this sort of stuff that are like community driven, so we can actually see what Gaijin can improve upon. And hopefully in the near future, Gaijin actually introduces some sort of official way to actually do this instead of having to go through the War Thunder CDK, because once again, this is stuff that's not really available to console players. It's another step that you have to do to just get this stuff to work. And overall, it'd just be really cool if you could just press a button and make your own custom test drive while not having to do all of this work to just get something that is, at least to me, at least better whenever it comes to the War Thunder test drives. So yeah, if you guys did enjoy this video, make sure to like and sub to the channel. It is always greatly appreciated. If you do have any questions whenever it comes to this video, make sure to go to the Discord. It's probably the best way to actually get in contact with me. I should be able to help you and see what your issues are. But